you get a sense on any particular day when you wake up that the whole world is in turmoil, that you feel like the tectonic plates are shifting. Certainly the Middle East is in upheaval. Iran is moving towards a nuclear weapons capability. There are rising tensions in Asia. China and Japan are competing over some uninhabited rocks, and overall the global economy is sputtering, and there's just a sense of great foreboding about the direction the world is heading in. When President Obama is inaugurated for his second four-year term, he will re-enter the Oval Office with a great deal of experience, with an effective team, and a big question mark to what it is he's going to do with all of that. And obviously there are some domestic imperatives. Get the economy working again, get people back to work, solve the fiscal crisis. But in foreign affairs, the field is wide open. This is a plastic moment in international affairs. And there are big bets that the president can make on the game board that can have a transformational effect and a profound impact on his own legacy. He can forge a new liberal, multilateral global order based on the institutions that America has played such an important role in establishing, whether it is a liberal economic free trade market, or democratic governance, or peaceful relations between the major powers, both the established powers in the West and the rising powers in the East. And that will be his challenge. And that's the way that the foreign policy scholars at Brookings, who have come together, 25 of them, to give their best advice to President Obama, are looking at the challenges that he faces. A whole range of big opportunities and a whole range of big dangers. And what we've done is to get them all, with their diverse and deep expertise, to write memos to the president, which can be read online, and detail the kinds of approaches that he should take, with clear policy recommendations, background information that we think will make compelling reading, we hope for the president, but certainly for a wider audience that's interested in foreign affairs. There are a variety of opportunities for President Obama where he can place a big bet, where he can decide to invest his time, his energy, the prestige of his high office. And because the situation is malleable, he can potentially have a transformational impact on the situation. So if he succeeds in building a partnership with China, where the new leadership there is focused on productive engagement with the world, that would constitute a big bet that could have dramatic impact on the shape of the global order. Similarly with India, another rising power in Asia, the world's largest democracy. He's already managed to build a strong partnership with India. He can use that as a platform to bring India into its rightful role in the multilateral order. He can, on Cuba, take advantage of the change that is developing there, to reach out and find a way to engage with Cuba in a way that would benefit the people there and transform a relationship, not just with Cuba, but potentially with the rest of Latin America as well. He can push for a free trade agenda, free trade agreements with Europe and the Trans-Pacific Partnership with Latin American and Asian states on the rim of the Pacific that would dramatically change the prospects for the global economy and in particular for the American economy. President Obama is going to have to make some serious defense cuts simply to address the dramatic fiscal problems that the United States faces, and in order to achieve a compromise deal with the Congress. He can take that opportunity to make smart defense cuts that could both reduce the defense budget in fairly serious ways, but also produce a more effective fighting force. Similarly, President Obama has led the way in the use of new weapons of war, in particular drone warfare, and also in cyberspace. That is a whole new area when it comes to rules of war. And in some ways, the president has opened the Pandora's box. Now, a lot of other countries are acquiring these capabilities and they're going to use them, arguing that the United States does it so we can do it. So one of the urgent big bets for President Obama is to essentially lay out an Obama doctrine for the use of these kinds of weapons, to start to establish norms of behavior that would be endorsed by the West and the emerging democracies in a way that can start to build a set of new rules for these new areas of war. While the president should be looking for opportunities to make a real difference in terms of shaping the emerging global order, he has to always be aware of the potential for these low probability but high impact events, what's referred to as black swans, that can suddenly arise and divert his agenda, his attention, and dramatically upset the best laid plans. And those kinds of black swans can be anything from revolution in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, which is the largest oil producer, to the collapse of the Eurozone, which would have dramatic impact on the global economy, to a flare-up between Egypt and Israel that could sink the Egypt-Israel peace treaty. Those are the kinds of catastrophic events that in some ways are unpredictable, but to the extent that you can identify them as possibilities, there are things that the president needs to direct his administration to do to try to avoid them.